welcome to my channel. Welcome back. If you're a golden oldie, if you're a newbie, you have clicked into Arteagan Weekly Bread, your spiritual board meeting covering July 20th to July 27th, 2020. I am your Madam President of the Arteagan, Natalee, spelled Natalee. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Have a seat, gather around. And I officially hereby call this meeting to order. So, my loves, into the President's Report. What am I most excited about this week? I believe it will be the Mercury sextile Uranus aspect on Wednesday, and maybe even Sunday the 26th when Mercury exits shadow. That's right, Mercury retrograde, my goodness gracious. And it's funny because if there were nothing else happening, we'd all be talking about like Mercury retrograde, Mercury retrograde, Mercury retrograde. Because there's been so much else going on, back-to-back-to-back supermoons, 3 back-to-back-to-back eclipses, and Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn into Aquarius, coming back into Capricorn, the conjunctions. All of that is, I just want to convey that it is very, very extraordinary. Extraordinary. There's nothing ordinary about this year. So every month, every lunation is very important moving forward to continue building upon like the deeper changes that are taking place. So digression. So anyway, and yeah, let's just dive right into the astrology report since I'm pretty much already there. This week, Monday, we have the new moon in Cancer, and that will be very exciting. Make sure to check out my new moon in Cancer live stream. Feel free to join us if you can make it. Otherwise, just play it back afterwards. And then my patrons on Patreon, we do a spread, very special spreads and information after that. So hop on, feel free to join. And also on Monday, I see that the moon is void of course. So it looks like the moon will be void of course from about 10:54 a.m. to 1:16 p.m. Pacific time. Then the moon will ingress Leo. So, and remember, this new moon in Cancer is a late degree new moon because that first, it's a blue moon. So that first moon in Cancer was like 0 degree. Oh, okay. So then the moon will enter Leo, where she will stay. Tuesday, the moon will stay in Leo until about 5:27 p.m. Until the end of day, she'll be void. Void, of course. So about 5:27 p.m. to the end of day, Tuesday Pacific time. Moving on into Wednesday, and because this is a new moon without an eclipse, this is much less fated, much less like karmically. It's also something that we don't have to wait for up to 6 months to watch this unfold. This will take its whole lunation cycle to unfold. So that's only 30 days. So, okay. Wednesday is when we have Mercury sextile Uranus, and then also the sun enters Leo. So we enter Leo season, woohoo. And then I do see the moon is void of course from the nighttime through the morning into the afternoon until 4:39 p.m. Pacific time, where the moon will then ingress Virgo. And remember just to, play this back as you need to throughout the week to grab these little notes or jot them down yourself. So the moon's going to be basically void all day Wednesday until about 4:39 p.m. Then she'll move on into Virgo. So that'll be interesting. That'll be really interesting to have Mercury sextiling Uranus on, a void moon. It could even be that it's a little bit behind the scenes, the talks that happen or the conversations that happen or the epiphanal moments. What I like about this Mercury sextile Uranus is this, if you're creative or if you're just like a philosophical person, which if you're here, we're vibing, right? So you are a deep thinker, and this could be a really cool either a creative idea or a breakthrough or some sort of, positive advancement forward. So try to focus on thinking freshly, fresh thoughts, innovation, and try to just ask a lot of questions. I'm a very curious person. So that's more natural for me. And I think I forget that it's not like quite as common. And I understand now that that's because people judge themselves right away, instead of just letting themselves follow that. You just can't be afraid to make a fool of yourself. I mean, I make a fool of myself like every single day growing up. It was like always a humiliating experience. So it's like, you know, it's always something, someone talking about you, someone making fun of you, someone not sharing with you, or, you know, misunderstandings. And, you know, there's all of that little petty superficial stuff. That's how I want you to see you judging your own mind. Because if you're like that inside your mind, then you're never going to let your curiosity lead you to some really exciting places and people and adventures if you're always prejudging it. So remember, the sextile is an opportunity, and I don't want you to miss out on that if you're like in that kind of space to benefit from innovative thinking. If there's something that could kind of use a nice little fresh air push boost of energy and, you know, forward momentum. Okay, moving on into Thursday. So the moon, everything's cool Thursday. The moon's going to be in Virgo all day, no voidness, and nothing else really going on. Friday the 24th, the moon will be void, of course, from 4:07 p.m. So most of the day Friday, the moon will be in Virgo. She'll go void at 4:07 p.m. until 6:53 p.m. Pacific time, where the moon will ingress Libra. So then the moon will be in Libra. Okay, and this is building up. You see where this is going. Saturday, the moon will stay in Libra, no voidness, no weirdness. And then Sunday the 26th is when Mercury exits shadow. So up until Sunday, Mercury has been covering the same ground, like it's already been, you know. So this is where you know, we're completely out of that Mercury retrograde energy. But the moon will be void from about 6:08. Oh, I hope I didn't write if it's AM or PM. Sorry, guys. To about 9:11 p.m., where the moon will then ingress into Scorpio. Monday the 27th is really what I want to talk about. So Monday the 27th, next Monday, is when we have the quarter moon in Scorpio. And this is going to help determine how your full moon's going to go. And for more on that, check out the full moon the new moon Cancer July 20th live stream. Also on Monday the 27th, Jupiter is sextiling Neptune. Okay, there's that. Jupiter sextiling Neptune, which is, it could be very big thinking, could be very, not as much, it could be idealistic, but with Jupiter retrograde, this feels very spiritual. Actually, they're both retrograde. So probably an internal empathy unlocking, or, you know, something of that sort. Also on Monday, Venus quincunxes Jupiter. Venus squares Neptune. Mercury squares Mars. So I'll go into that more in depth on Monday when I come back for the next weekly. But just know that that quarter moon, like, is going to be, it's like the blinders are, again, remember, this is the last Venus Neptune square that we've got to deal with. So this should be the final, like, kind of like pinch of reality. And with Mercury square Mars, that's when things are like, oh my God. Also, July 29th is when Mars enters shadow, for Mars is retrograde. So the fact that Mars is squaring a direct out of shadow, this is just literally a couple days. The 27th, the 26th, Mercury exits the shadow. The 29th, Mars enters his shadow. So the 27th, with a fully formed direct, Mercury squaring a fully formed direct, but, you know, about to slow down, Mars, it's like there's like some more negotiating talks, something going on there. So like I said, I'll dig more then. That is your weekly astrology, and I didn't do the American and global perspectives. I'm saving that for the new moon live stream. Hopefully we have enough time for it. It's a really good new moon. It's a really, really nice new moon. I'm really excited for it. So so there's that. let's move on into the psychic report. The psychic report. Okay. So your download, she showed me the 8 of Staves and the 10 of Swords. And it's almost like the 8 of Staves. You know how in the card they're like on a slant, on an angle? It's almost like they were fingers and going into mud. Like fingers going, and then like the 10 of Swords, how they're stuck. They're stuck vertically in the ground. But it's like that. It's like getting like in the air and then just getting stuck in the mud. So there's that. So let's go ahead and see. I've been shuffling these cards quite a bit. They're cooked really nicely. Whoa. Empress, 4 of Swords, and the 3 of Swords. This is I'm getting vipers and mambas, like snakes. This is almost something like a silent killer, a deadly killer, a silent killer, sorry. I don't mean to say it quite like that, but there's something with that. And it's the first energy out. First energy out. 8 of Swords. What is going on with you, my loves? You know what else I was thinking about, you guys? So when I first came in with channeling my energies and for these readings, there were all of these waves of lovers and counterparts finding each other that I helped bring together. And I very much feel like, looking at all this astrology, and I'll get into it for the live stream, but I feel like, wow, like I brought all those people together for those waves. And now this year, with March until now, we've just been building up these other groups of you guys. So it's just really interesting how we're just the messengers. That's all I want to say. We're just the messengers. But I've just been thinking about it, thinking back on it. But what's going on with you? Ooh, uh-oh. Okay, so remember, the past few weeks, this blue moon, this new moon, and I'm calling it a blue moon, on, tomorrow, July 20th, this is not unfamiliar territory. This is, think back to June 20th's new moon, solar eclipse, Cancer. This is, for some, a second chance, for some, a breakthrough. And it really depends on your attitude, and it really depends on your outlook, and it depends on how you've been using the Venus retrograde, and to some extent the Mercury retrograde, and to a bigger extent the 3 supermoon, or the 3 or 4 supermoons, and then the 3 eclipses back to back this year, because things are firming up now. These last 6 months, I'm telling you, I told you it was going to be harder than the last 6 months, because things are firming up and settling into concrete reality. And lately, with these Mars, Pluto, Mercury squares, and with the ego, the Sun opposite Pluto, if those energies were not integrated and are not being integrated, it's going to be hard. Really hard, really hard, and you'll see that reflected, and you'll just see it in people's lives. It's just all karma now, to be honest. It's just about living that karma, paying on that karma. So it looks like there's, and I'm not sure if this is part of like your energy field or if this is around you, but there's absolutely, without a doubt, still somehow low vibrational frequencies that are either needing to be exorcised from your environment or transformed. Speaking of exorcised, because I always want to do Ace Ventura's exorcise the demon. This house is clear. Watch Disclosure on Netflix. I had been meaning to watch it for ages, and I finally made it a priority and put it on. And I had the same revelation about Ace Ventura as one of the speakers in that documentary. Totally, looking back, why am I in such digression mode? Sorry, guys. When that happens, especially in physical class, when I'm teaching physical class, that's always very channeled. And I really feel like teachers are sort of channelers. When teachers are teaching a subject and they get into their own tangents or their own riffs or whatever, you have those special moments sometimes. Okay. Ooh, 6 of Staves and the 9 of Cups. We love that. We love that. I'm hearing winners and losers. Be careful with that thinking, if that's you. That's right. Any competitiveness, I told you that a few weeks ago. Mars over these next 6 months. Any competitiveness, any competition, and you will get slapped down by all that Capricorn. So you need to do everything in your integrity, in the utmost integrity that Capricorn wants of you, because Capricorn rules integrity and protocol, doing things the right way. And Cancer rules nurturing, growing something the right way. So someone, you or around, or maybe parts of you, or someone in your life around you, in your environment or in the situation, has, that's what I was talking about initially, has ego issues, is what I feel like, that they have not worked through. We'll get one more and then we'll start clarifying. And now that everything's moving forward, it's, oops. No. Because it's a belt. Okay. What was I saying? High Priestess and the Queen of Pentacles. Be careful with this one. This is someone that they might even see an advisor, some sort of spiritual advisor or some sort of esoteric advisor, or they just have someone. They just have they have hidden resources that you don't know about. And you don't see that. You just see this. You don't see this hidden power. And that's how I'm picking this up. I'm picking this up as like this person has separate hidden power. And of course, they're also very intuitive, potentially psychic. They could do some of that in their own life, but I really feel very strongly that they have like a whole other entity. I feel like a whole other energy with this person. So if this is you, you have a person. If this is someone else you're dealing with, they have a person. All right, let's start. And then we have 10 of Cups at the bottom. So this week you want to be very careful of impatience, that Mars energy, and sorry, I feel it though. And if you weren't able to integrate those Pluto, ego, Sun energies, that needs to be #1 front and center. Because for the corresponding full moon on August 3rd, the result is going to be very unexpected. And in order to direct it to having the best outcome for yourself that you would be happy with, You need to have been living in your integrity up until now. And there's really no cramming anymore. Like, this person or these people, like, depending on how far they have to go, it may not be enough in time to catch this next really positive wave of good karma. Because it's kind of like once in a lifetime. Tell us about the Empress, the Four of Swords, and the Three of Swords, please. Ooh. We have 3 cards: Strength, Queen of Cups, and the Six of Cups. Wow. Oh, something happened between these two. This could be someone that was betrayed by a maternal figure or their mother. And this is like an issue coming up for you. That's actually what's coming. I'm getting a betrayal of the feminine energy here. And the need to still integrate that feminine energy into your being, into your personality, into your character, into your life. Like, you can't just say, oh, my mom was horrible to me, and then not heal it and reintegrate feminine energy into yourself and motherly energy into yourself, because you'll still need you will still need to take care of yourself and nurture yourself and be your own mother to yourself. Does that make sense? That's what's coming up for you. And what I feel like the strength is with the Six of Cups, like, normally the Six of Cups is very nostalgic, romantic, soulmate. But the fact that it is coming up with this strength is telling us that there's something difficult about this. There's something off. And there it is. So because it's with the Empress, who is the ultimate divine mother, the ultimate divine feminine energy, the ultimate embodiment of the most beautiful feminine energy, this is telling us that the native was either neglected, Four of Swords, cold, shut out from mother's love or this maternal figure's attention. This could be someone who feels rejected by their wife or their spouse, he, she, they. Doesn't, you know. But this is the underlying issue here for someone, for you or someone you're dealing with. Oh gosh, here we go. Let's take a look at this Eight of Swords. Feminine issues. Someone has unresolved feminine issues. So you or this person, someone's just not able to have like an authentic connection with the feminine in another human being because of this. Sorry, I keep feeling it move. Okay, Eight of Swords. Let's do it. The World, you guys. This can be a couple different things. And here's the thing, is that what we're going to be seeing over, between now and December, because listen, after this lunation, there's only 4 more left. There's only 4 more of the year. So every lunation is really important. Every cycle counts. And for the first one after these eclipses, after the supermoons, we're getting it done. And for people that have been leaning into the change and wanting to change the last couple years, who've been really pushing for that and absorbing the lessons, if you've been doing your Saturn lessons, your karma lessons, then it'll be a time of enrichment and reward and prestige for some of you, or career elevation. And for others of you, you'll stay in these cycles and these cyclical patterns of whatever your issue is. And for this person, for you or this person, it's a feminine issue here. with your own inner feminine before you can kind of move on to the next level. So you're going to stay in this cycle or you're going to break out. Because Saturn won't let you go. Like the world, you won't get the you don't get the best of this card until you pass those tests. Okay, let's take a look at the Five of Staves. This fighting, I feel like it's so petty. That's why I'm shaking my head. I'm just like, there's this 5 here. Yikes. 4 of Staves. So someone is fighting with you. Very likely that this person is being very contentious with you. I feel like they are, and I'm just going to say that this is someone else. This could be you, and if this is you, then you are fighting with others over nothing. Then you are picking fights, or like your feathers are getting, I'm feeling like your feathers are, it's funny, your feathers are getting ruffled at like nothing. There's really no drama at all. So if you're upset or if anything's irking you, that's probably just Mars and Aries stirring things up and agitating you. And you just have to remember to lean into Saturn, because Saturn is going to check you real quick. Real quick. So I just see a lot of well, I don't know, you be the judge, spiraling into like petty disagreements or arguments. And I'm even getting stuff like, you didn't call me back, or you didn't email me. Oh, well, I did email you. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. Or, like weird stuff like that. Or like, you were supposed to email me first. And it's like, no, you were supposed to email me first. Or like, I don't know. There's something really petty about it though. Or I called you and left a message. Why did you text me? I don't even, like looking for things to be ridiculous. It's just, I'm sorry I go into my like voice. It's just one of my voices. So that's what I'm getting. So you are this person, and this is their own projection. This is just they're not even fighting with you. They're fighting with their own ego issue. And I do feel like it is with this feminine energy. There's like a low confidence. This would be like if you are expected to be a great homemaker because of your gender, and then you're with someone of a gender that is supposed to be like all like macho, and they're really great at cooking, and it like demasculates you. You're feminine, it defeminizes you to see this like very like masculine, and that's part of your own internal, that's your own 8 of Swords, because the truth is that cooking and cleaning and creating income and value to society and maintaining our roofs and supplies and taking care of ourselves in all of those different ways is not gendered responsibility. That's just being a human. So I feel like someone here is triggered by petty stuff like that though. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with someone who's like, they're either threatened by your confidence in your feminine energy, or they are, I don't really feel like they're threatened by you or your, and now this is, I don't want you to just think of this as like sexual attraction, because what this could also be is that someone starts a new job, and starting the job, they end up training someone else, and they're supposed to learn training from someone. That could really freak out someone, and they're like, oh my God, they're undermining me. And it's like, but in this case, it would be, maybe someone is more like generous or thoughtful or caring, or in some expression of feminine energy, more so. And then that triggers it. So I feel like this is more projection, but this is going to manifest in very unique different ways because we're all individuals. Let's take a look at this over here, the 9 of Cups and the 6 of Staves for this week ahead for you, my darling. Do you think so? Oh, man. Whew. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. This is you. If this is not you, okay, you're either someone that has a person, or you just know how to win. You know how to get to your personal happiness and leave this person in a cycle with themselves. It's like, I'm not sure when it happens for you. I am totally not sure. It is probably an intuition. You will probably get a knowingness of knowing that this person is only going to stay fighting with themselves and just using you. Like, you could even just be, it could just be anyone that, but it's like this Four of Staves. It's like there's actual peace and harmony, and like maybe even a celebration, or like a happy energy. There's a real happy energy to clarify this pettiness. So underneath this is happiness. So this person, you like, if they didn't have this issue still, you would be very happy together. There would be some sort of karmic blessing or karmic inheritance or exchange or gift or reward, or to accompany the spiritual gifts from release of this mentality, or this, whatever this is. Okay, so it looks like a lot of feminine energy here. 2 queens and then the Empress. So this could be someone that you're working with, because I do see sort of competitive energy with this 6 of Staves. That's my campaign winner, you know, trot them out into throughout the town success. And then of course we have the Chariot. So this could be someone that you're working with where they have mother issues or maternal issues. And I mean, you trigger it because your inner feminine, remember, gender doesn't matter, he, she, they. Your inner feminine is so strong and confident. Your intuition is probably really spot on, if not like near perfect every single time. You're capable, and you're secure, and you're like all this stuff. So it, like, just that alone, just you being in the room, let's say, and you didn't talk to each other quite yet, just them seeing you would undermine their own confidence in themselves, potentially. And so you're dealing with this person, and once you feel this, whenever your higher self or your guides or your intuition, whenever it's the time, and it might be this reading, it might be you and me right here doing this energy work, but whenever the moment is where you realize this and recognize it, that's when you get more guidance into how to create success for yourself and how to make yourself happy and get what you want out of whatever this is, if there's anything to get out of it. Let's take a look at the Chariot. I feel like if there's anything left to get out of this person other than a lesson of some sort, it'll show up now with the Chariot. Another Queen and our 8 of Staves. Now we just need the 10 of Swords. Although I kind of feel like that sword energy with this Queen of Swords. This is very smart and strategic. We'll get into the 8 of Staves. I want to clarify the Queen of Pentacles and the High Priestess first. 2 of Swords. That's exactly how I put it. That's exactly it. That I don't know the moment that you're going to understand and see this person for who they really are. This is it. This is you just not knowing where you stand with them. You just not knowing what they think about you or the connection or whatever you're doing together. Two of Swords, total stalemate. But it's going to, I'm telling you, it's going to be your intuition that breaks that stalemate. It's going to be your inner, you're going to have a dream. You're going to be spoken to. You're going to have a vision. You're going to have an experience. And that's when you're going to understand how to move forward. And how you move forward is through strategic, smart, diplomatic, Communication. Let's take a look at this Eight of Staves. You have the Ten of Cups, remember, on the bottom of this deck. So maybe for some of you, after this talk, but here's the funny thing is that, and this is going to be different for all of you, after you figure it out what this person really is and you know how to move forward, that's going to be different for all of you. And I'm not picking up communication as a way forward for all of you. Because it might have been because of the mess that this made, some pettiness. Like I said, I picked up some, and it could have been back when Mercury retrograde, but it could, if there was anything wrong there or messed up there, then I don't think you would want to choose communication. I don't think you'd want to communicate with this person if they're being snarky or underhanded or egotistical or whatever they're being. Let's take a look at this Eight of Staves, please. Manners count for more than you could know. The 9 and the 4. So this person's really wow. Okay, so yeah, you're either going to you're not going to communicate with this person anymore. You're going to protect your Four of Staves. You're going to protect your own stability. You're going to protect your own little kingdom, your Queen of Pentacle kingdom, and you're going to put up a boundary. If there's not already one, you're going to put up a boundary. You could be putting more physical distance between you and this person, because look at all that they were bringing. They were bringing pettiness over something. They didn't do their Pluto Sun. They didn't finish that work. Okay. Let's take a look really quick at the Six of Staves, because I feel like that's your victory. Like that's like what's that victory? Oh, the Star. You know, there's a real public energy to this. Like this is extremely public, and then the Chariot and the World are both very, very public. There's also a lot of secretive energy with these two High Priestesses. Yeah, there's something you're working on that I feel like it does have to do with, honestly, wherever this is happening in your life, you have to take a look at that. If this is love and relationships, because I see the more platonic energy of it. I see this as some sort of win, especially because it's like Queen of Pentacles. You're showing up as super sort of business minded. So this really could have been a business thing or someone that came up in work. But again, the guidance is to follow your own intuition, your own North Star. And those of you that have it real, that is not, that you've exorcised those demons, those ego issues, then you will be really guided by the light. You will really be guided accordingly, and it won't steer you wrong. Only if you think that you're being guided by something bigger, but it's your own projection, it's your own limitation, it's your own cognitive dissonance and defense mechanisms trying to protect you from having to do this work, from having to enjoy something nice with someone else. Then you're going to be led into decisions and experiences that you need to experience in order to grow. A lot of times it's painful. Okay, what overall do we have for this week ahead, please? Let's see, overall, just turn on the light. So this is for your person who is still in the past, that is still living in some sort of they're still in a fight. They're still in a fight over their lower nature here. So they need to turn on the light and aspire to a higher nature. That's all. Okay. Also on the bottom of the deck, a warm, buttery beginning. That's you. That's you. There's this week, another one bites the dust, and you know, this wasn't the first, it won't be the last. And there's a beginning somewhere else here, and you're knowing you're going to get a sign this week. You're going to get your intuitive sign, signal, flag, you know, whatever your intuition does to get you to, you know, see it about this person, that you're never going to get anywhere with them because they're only fighting themselves through you. Boom. You have a new warm, buttery beginning. And you know, your intuition will show you the way. It'll guide you to certain communications or discommunications or distancing and spacing. You'll feel through all of that. Just follow it. Just listen to yourself. And it's looking like it has to do with a really strong boundary around what you love the most and your dearest, most precious energies. Because when you open that up, they're not in a position to appreciate it. Okay, let's go ahead and get Moonology for you. What Moonology do we have for this week? Oh, these were upside down the whole time. Okay, we have a time for healing on the bottom, and then we have the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. That's hilarious. That's so funny because that's exactly what someone has going on in this. Someone has a weird pride issue, and it's like, it's just a defense mechanism, but I don't think you saw any of this deeper stuff about them until either now or when your intuition tells you. Then you're gonna go, oh man. So that's more if you are this person with the pride issue and you have these feminine issues, is, you know, it's a time for healing. What was it? A time for healing. To, you know, so focus on that. Focus on the healing. Focus on exploring why. And why do you feel these bad feelings? Or follow that rabbit hole. Be curious. Curiosity leads you to what you need to pay attention to. Or ask yourself, what am I trying to learn in this experience? If you're having a rough week or a rough new moon, what am I trying to learn here? You have 3 cards. You have 3 feathers. You have the Heron, let go of convention and follow your own unique path. Vulture, accept the inevitable, let go of the past and welcome a rebirth to begin. That's really about letting go of. And this is very more toxic purging type stuff too. Let go of the past, accept the inevitable. You can't maintain this kind of energy for long. And Blue Jay, the time is right to access and to master your abilities. Do so with humility and control, which is exactly this. So the pride's going to get in the way in more ways than one. So you're either still kind of working out these triggering issues, or you are, and you're also attracting people into the experience that are also working these issues out. Or you're just around people working out these issues and you're like going to be distancing yourself from them. Because this kind of is the norm. So we just have to be better at seeing it sooner and putting up those boundaries sooner and keep it moving. Whoa. Because I do see the 10 of Cups at the bottom. So there is a warm, buttery beginning, and it's with someone else. This 6 of Staves could even be someone separate than you. It could even be someone else. That you follow your North Star, you follow your intuition, you drive that chariot. Why do I feel like the chariot is news coming to you? That just came through. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So this is, again, for whoever's stuck in the past. I'm feeling now that this Chariot is like coming towards you. She just gave me a vision. Okay, so someone's communicating to you, and it's not this person. It's not this person who was stabbed in the back by an empress. This is someone different. This could even be a lawyer. They're approaching you with something, and it's good news. It's really, really good news. So there's a victory for you here. There's a win coming through to you, and when you're conversing with this person, and they're very like judicial or a lawyer or very formal, diplomatic, your instinct, your first thing is going to be to protect yourself and to protect what you already have. So this looks like it's going to be an addition, adding to your situation now in a very positive way. And so it looks like you're just going to be, it's interesting because you let this person in energetically at the very least, and they stirred up some trouble or they stirred up some low vibration. And so now that this victory is coming in, and it is really victorious, like it really is, you're led there with your intuition. So it's not like you just follow a map or that someone left you a map to follow. No, this is your very personal path. I'm feeling very much that you walk through this door alone. That's what she, okay, thank you. She's confirming that for me, that you walk alone. You walk through this portal alone, and you can't take anyone with you. You could be trying to take someone with you into a nice experience, whatever that is for you in your life, and they're just messing it up. Arguing, maybe complaining, criticizing, being snippety, taking offense at little things, petty things. And so now you're like, oh my God, I can't share that with you. You're gonna, way. And this is for the person who is already in humility and control. Because when you have ego, that was so funny. When you have ego issues, when you have, what did I do? I think I was saying issues and ego at the same time. And I got ego. When you have ego issues, or ego issues, sorry. When you have ego issues, you are never in a relationship with anyone else. You're only ever in a relationship with yourself, and you don't have any humility and you don't have any control. It's just this horrible illusion when you think that you're giving an attitude that you're in control of the situation, or, it's not. It's not. So someone's abilities are trying to come in, turn on the light. And like I said, if you're trying to bring someone with you, that's even exaggeratedly more so. And there's like a split here. Because I'm not getting what the other person's going to do. I'm just getting that you're seeing this person for who they, I don't want to say who they really are, like they're just some Scooby-Doo villain where they just take off this mask and they're evil. No, we're all human. We're all unique individuals. This person they just have this issue. You're seeing this with clarity. Neptune square Venus. You're seeing this with clarity, and you are following your intuition on a different path, and that's leading you to a huge success. So big that you're going to need to or want to or feel like you want to protect like your home or your family or something like that. Okay? Or your energies at the very least. Okay, my loves. That was your tarot report. And make sure to tune in to the new moon, the new blue moon in Cancer live stream. That's going to be great. And then we'll also do tarot spreads for each sign afterwards in Patreon. That's going to be fun. So check out Patreon. I'm also on Instagram if you guys are interested. And yeah, there's some really nice energies here. So I hope that you can see it and take advantage of it in the ways that the cosmos intends for you to make the most out of all of this. So I'm sending you guys all of my love. Take very good care, and until next week, many blessings upon your heads, love. Mwah, darlings.